Layla Jane was born a girl. She suffered mental health issues throughout childhood and into puberty, also difficulty. She had depression, anxiety, body dysmorphia, and suicidal ideation. At 11, she said she was transgender. And then at 12, doctors at Kaiser Permanente put her on puberty blockers and testosterone. And then at age 13, Layla had a double mastectomy. Well, at 17, she realized she made a huge mistake and detransitioned. Well, Layla is now 18 and is fighting back. So this does not happen to anyone else. Layla Jane joins me now, along with her attorney, Harmeet Dhillon. Layla, now you just filed a major lawsuit against Kaiser Permanente for what their doctors did to you at age 13. What do you want to say about your experience to everyone watching tonight?
Overall, I really want to say that I don't think I should have been allowed to change my sex before I could legally consent to have sex. Overall, I don't think I'm better off for the experience, and I think transition just completely added fuel to the fire that was my pre-existing conditions.
Well, Harmeet, what about the issue of informed consent? That parents, they basically had informed consent here.
Well, Laura, the problem here is that the doctors at Kaiser, as we've seen from the file in this case, were all over the place. Certain of them initially said, you know, she's too young, and then others were saying, oh, we'll be happy to do this surgery at age 13. She was not given the mental health treatment necessary, and it was not disclosed to her family or to her that for example, teenage transitioners desist from transition at a 80 to 90% rate, that the majority of people who go through this regret it later on, that it wasn't a solution for her mental health problems, that many girls, in fact, most girls probably struggle with puberty. And so it is our position legally as a matter of law that informed consent was missing here, because is it impossible for a child to give informed consent, and it is impossible for parents who are not fully informed and with a child that was not properly treated to also give that consent. And Laura, an important point here is that, you know, you've had me on with our client Chloe Cole as well, and Kaiser doctors use the line on her and her parents, would you rather have a live son or a dead daughter? The exact same line was used in this case. So it appears to be a script that certain Kaiser doctors and psychiatrists are using on these victims.
Well, Layla, as Harmeet mentioned, you were suffering from some mental health challenges at the time this all went down. My question is, did doctors claim that you would ultimately feel better about yourself if this surgery went forward?
Definitely. I was given no information about rates of desistance or anything like that. Really, the surgery and the treatments were kind of pushed as the only way forward.
Harmeet, I think of all the young people who are being bombarded by this message that you will be fulfilled, you will be your true self if you go down this road. Now, you represent a few of these plaintiffs. How many do you think there are out there?
Laura, I think there are thousands of them, and as the statistics show, the majority of the people who go through this as a child, they realize that it was a phase, it was improper diagnosis, and they desist. But it isn't as simple as taking a medication for your acne. There are permanent, lasting, irreversible changes to a girl's body through taking these drugs, even for a couple of years, much less the 5 or 6 years in this case. Her breast cannot be reconstructed or returned, and unknown consequences on fertility. So this is really experimentation on America's children, and I think you or I probably were not aware of the extent to which this is happening. And it is, I mean, I'm getting thousands of calls from people all over the country, and unfortunately, most are beyond the statute of limitations.
Harmeet, this is like the tobacco companies. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it anyway. I think there's a massive class action in the offing here of all these young people who have been tricked into doing this and have been lied to repeatedly. And The only way to stop this is to defeat them in court, unless there's a federal legal avenue that can be taken. But they have to basically be bankrupted before they're going to learn. By the way, Kaiser did respond. We should read this, saying our physicians and multidisciplinary care teams practice compassionate, evidence-based medicine founded on sound research and best medical practices. The care decisions always rest with the patient and their parents. And in every case, we respect the patients and their families' informed decisions about their personal health. Layla, do you feel like that really occurred in your case?
No, honestly, between the age I was at and the headspace I was in, I don't feel like I should have been in a place to make those kind of decisions. And I think proper information and all of the side effects, it really was glossed over for my parents.
Layla, I want to thank you for your bravery in speaking out, and to Harmeet for representing you. This is so important. We have to protect the children, and there should be no statute of limitations, frankly, in a matter like this. It should be extended. Thank you both for joining us.